Good morning, gentlemen. Before you reach for that cup today, I want to ask you a question that might make you pause. Do you truly know what's happening inside your body with every sip you take in the morning? Not just your energy, but your circulation, your vitality, and yes, your confidence in moments that matter most. I'm Dr. Mika Hayashi, a board-certified urologist with over 15 years of experience helping men over 50 reclaim energy, circulation, and hormonal balance naturally. And today, I want to share something most men over 50 never hear. The changes you feel aren't necessarily age catching up. They're often your circulation quietly slipping, and the fix might already be sitting in your kitchen. Many men assume the options are limited. Prescription pills, or expensive supplements promising results with fine print that rarely delivers. But here's the truth. Before adding anything new, the first step is often correcting a subtle internal imbalance that builds quietly over decades, slowly tightening blood vessels and restricting flow. This imbalance, something I see in almost every man over 50, creates what I call vascular kinks. Your arteries didn't shrink. Your blood just isn't flowing freely. And once you address this, the body often responds better than expected. Let's be clear. This isn't about magic, extremes, or miracle cures. It's about optimizing your internal environment so your vessels can function as they were designed. And the impact is profound. When circulation improves, men often notice it first in the mornings, the warmth returning to their extremities, energy stabilizing, confidence quietly rebuilding. Now, here's what most men don't realize. 3 silent shifts happen inside the body after 50 that slowly reduce vascular responsiveness. First, low-grade chronic inflammation builds over years from stress, processed foods, poor sleep, and even long periods of sitting, making vessels stiff and less able to expand. Second, subtle increases in blood acidity occur as kidney efficiency declines, constricting the smooth muscle around your vessels, almost like driving with the parking brake slightly engaged. And third, oxidative stress damages nitric oxide, the molecule that tells arteries to open. Many men take nitric oxide supplements, but the internal environment often destroys it before it can work. So here's the catch. Adding stimulation, pills, or supplements without first addressing inflammation, acidity, and oxidative stress hits a ceiling fast. You may notice temporary changes, but the foundation is still restricted. The good news is that small, consistent corrections can restore responsiveness steadily and safely. And the very first practical strategy I recommend is something simple, inexpensive, and widely available. Baking soda or sodium bicarbonate. Baking soda works as a gentle buffer, reducing excess acidity in the blood. Even a small reduction in acidity relaxes smooth muscle around vessels, allowing them to open wider. Wider vessels mean more blood flow, better fullness, warmth, and responsiveness. The simplest way to start is with a morning drink. 1/4 teaspoon of aluminum-free baking soda dissolved in 8 ounces of water, taken on an empty stomach. That's it. Nothing extreme, just a consistent signal to your vascular system that it's safe to relax. Many men notice subtle improvements in circulation and energy within 2 to 3 weeks. If the taste is strong, add a squeeze of fresh lemon. It provides citrate, which further supports kidney buffering, while also helping protect nitric oxide from breaking down too quickly. And remember, if you have high blood pressure, heart failure, or are on a strict low-sodium diet, consult your doctor before starting. This is about optimization, not risk. In the next part, I'm going to show you how this simple internal shift combines with external techniques to awaken circulation even more, supporting tissue flexibility, warmth, and responsiveness in ways most men never expect. Stay with me, because what comes next could completely change the way your mornings and your confidence feel. Now that we've set the stage with a simple internal reset, let's talk about the next layer, how your tissues themselves play a huge role in circulation and responsiveness. You see, even when blood flow improves, stiff or congested tissue can prevent the full benefits from showing up. Think of it like a garden hose. Even if the water flows freely, A kinked or rigid hose limits the pressure and volume. Over time, low-grade inflammation and subtle tissue stiffness reduce elasticity, making it harder for blood to fully reach the areas that matter most. This is one reason many men notice only partial improvements when they rely solely on supplements or medications. That's where the second practical strategy comes in. A warm bicarbonate soak. This isn't a medical procedure or complicated ritual. It's simple. Dissolve 2 tablespoons of baking soda in a basin of warm, not hot water, and soak for 10 to 15 minutes 2 to 3 times per week. The goal isn't to penetrate deep into your body. It's about reducing surface inflammation, relaxing tissue, and supporting microvascular expansion beneath the skin. Think of it like loosening a tight glove. Once pressure is released, movement returns more naturally, and the tissue becomes more responsive to improved blood flow. Many men report not just improved comfort, but also a noticeable difference in how their body feels warmer, lighter, and more capable. And here's an important link. Confidence and circulation are tightly connected. When you feel subtle positive changes, your nervous system relaxes. Less stress, less anxiety, better blood flow. This creates a feedback loop where circulation improves not just physically, but emotionally, too. You begin to feel more in control, more alert, and yes, more confident. This step also sets the stage for everything else you may already be doing. Whether you're taking nitric oxide supplements, eating beet juice, leafy greens, or even prescription medications for circulation, the key is timing. The internal buffering from baking soda prepares your body to fully receive and sustain those signals. Nitric oxide, the molecule that signals your vessels to expand, is fragile. If your internal environment is acidic, inflamed, or stressed, nitric oxide breaks down quickly. That's why many men experience inconsistent results. The signal is there, but it never fully lands. When you buffer your system first, nitric oxide lasts longer. Your vessels stay open, and blood volume is maintained instead of collapsing quickly. The science is straightforward. Small shifts in acidity and inflammation translate into noticeable improvements in microcirculation. Men often describe feeling more natural, less mechanical, and less forced during private moments because the tissue itself is responding. These changes may not be dramatic overnight, but they accumulate. Over time, they affect posture, stress, hormones, sleep, and even mood, all of which feed back into circulation and overall vitality. To get the most benefit without overcorrecting, I recommend pulsed use. 5 days on, 2 days off. This keeps the system responsive and prevents dependency. Remember, this isn't about extremes, it's about steady, consistent optimization. Each small step compounds, gradually restoring the natural balance your body had in younger years. In the next part, we'll take this even further. I'll show you how to combine these strategies with everyday foods and supplements in a way that makes nitric oxide last longer, inflammation recede, and your circulation work at its best. You'll see why so many men over 50 feel more energized, warmer, and more confident simply by preparing their body internally before expecting results from anything else. Now that you've seen how internal chemistry and tissue health set the stage, let's explore how to take it to the next level by pairing these steps with foods and supplements that naturally support circulation. You've already learned that nitric oxide is the key messenger for healthy blood flow. But here's the thing. Nitric oxide is fragile. It can break down quickly in an environment that's acidic, inflamed, or stressed. That's why so many men over 50 take supplements or eat nitrate-rich foods and feel only temporary or inconsistent results. The signal is there, but the pathway isn't ready. Once you create a buffered, low-acid, anti-inflammatory environment with baking soda and the warm soak, suddenly these same foods and nutrients work exponentially better. Take beets, for example. A small glass of beet juice in the morning isn't just a trendy health hack, it's one of the most potent natural sources of nitrates. These nitrates convert into nitric oxide, signaling your blood vessels to open and letting blood flow freely to your organs, muscles, and yes, areas that directly impact confidence and vitality. But without preparing your internal environment, the effect can be muted. Combine your beet juice with the morning baking soda drink, and suddenly the vessels are primed to expand fully, making each sip count. The difference is subtle at first: warmer hands, lighter legs, a more energized morning, but it compounds daily. Leafy greens like spinach and arugula work similarly, giving you a steady source of nitrates to maintain nitric oxide levels throughout the day. Pair them with antioxidant-rich fruits like blueberries, blackberries, or pomegranate juice, and you're protecting your vessels from oxidative stress. Oxidative stress is what destroys nitric oxide before it can even do its job, so these antioxidants act like a shield, keeping your arteries flexible and responsive. I've seen men in their 60 seconds and 70 seconds combine these strategies and report faster response, improved warmth, and a renewed sense of control in ways they didn't believe possible at their age. Timing is everything. Take your baking soda, drink first thing in the morning to set the stage. Then your nitric oxide supporting foods 20 to 30 minutes later. If you're using supplements like L-arginine or L-citrulline, follow the same sequence. Buffer first, signal second. This ensures the pathways are open and the message lasts longer. Think of it like watering dry soil before planting seeds. They grow stronger and healthier when the ground is ready. Even simple habits like hydration, light movement, and mindful breathing enhance this effect. Hydration keeps blood thin and flowing. Light movement encourages microcirculation in tissues, and deep breathing reduces stress hormones that constrict vessels. All of these small actions amplify the benefits of what you're already doing internally. Men who implement this consistently often notice their confidence returning before any dramatic physical changes occur. That sense of control, warmth, and responsiveness is the early signal that your circulation is waking back up. In the next part, we'll explore how to extend these benefits into your evenings with natural routines that continue supporting circulation while you rest. We'll also tie everything together so you have a complete, realistic 30-day rhythm that addresses internal chemistry, tissue elasticity, and nitric oxide preservation. By understanding this daily cycle, you'll see why men over 50 feel stronger, more alert, and more confident simply by working with their bodies instead of against them. Evening habits matter just as much as your morning routine. While many men focus only on the first cup of coffee or a nitrate-rich breakfast, what you do at night can either support or sabotage all the progress you made earlier in the day. This is where golden milk comes in, a centuries-old drink with a modern science-backed twist. Golden milk combines turmeric, warm milk, and a pinch of black pepper. The active compound in turmeric, curcumin, is one of the most powerful natural anti-inflammatories known. Chronic inflammation is one of the silent culprits that stiffens arteries, reduces nitric oxide signaling, and quietly limits circulation. By drinking golden milk before bed, you're calming inflammation, allowing your blood vessels to relax, and setting the stage for restorative sleep that enhances morning circulation. The absorption of curcumin skyrockets when paired with warm milk and a dash of black pepper, making this simple ritual incredibly effective. Even a small glass can support your vascular system while you rest, helping maintain nitric oxide and keeping tissues flexible. Men in their 60 seconds and 70 seconds who adopt this habit often notice subtle changes within 2 weeks. Warmer feet, more relaxed muscles, and smoother responsiveness the next morning. It's not a dramatic overnight transformation, but these small shifts compound over time, and before long, the difference is unmistakable. This evening approach also ties directly into microcirculation and tissue elasticity. As your body relaxes at night, blood flow improves to areas that may have been undersupplied for years. This means oxygen and nutrients reach tissues more efficiently, promoting natural repair and reinforcing the benefits of morning interventions like the baking soda, drink, and beet juice. You're effectively closing the loop, supporting circulation in the morning, maintaining it through diet and movement during the day, and restoring it overnight with inflammation-fighting routines. Consistency is key. One of my patients, Richard, 69, told me he used to skip nighttime routines entirely and relied on coffee or stimulants in the morning. Within 2 weeks of adding golden milk to his nightly ritual, paired with his morning beet juice and baking soda drink, He reported waking up feeling lighter, more energized, and confident. His hands and feet stayed warm. His blood pressure felt more stable, and he noticed a subtle but meaningful boost in overall vitality. The lesson here is that circulation isn't about a single miracle step, it's about a rhythm, a daily cycle that your body can learn and respond to naturally. Even if you're already using supplements, medications, or specific nitric oxide boosters, integrating golden milk and an evening relaxation routine ensures those interventions work at their full potential. When inflammation is minimized, tissue elasticity is preserved, and nitric oxide is maintained. Every signal you give to your body is amplified. You're no longer fighting resistance, you're creating an environment where your vascular system can thrive. In the next part, we'll combine everything into a complete 30-day plan that ties morning, day, and night routines into one seamless cycle. You'll see exactly how to structure your drinks so your internal chemistry, tissue flexibility, and circulation all support each other, creating sustained confidence, energy, and responsiveness. By the end of that plan, you'll have a clear roadmap that shows how small, consistent habits lead to big results without extreme effort or complicated supplements. Now that you understand the morning, daytime, and evening foundations, it's time to tie everything together into a practical, 30-day plan that you can actually follow. The goal isn't perfection, it's consistency. Every sip, every small adjustment, and every moment you support circulation compounds into noticeable results. Let's break it down week by week. For the first 2 weeks, focus solely on your morning internal reset. Each day, first thing on an empty stomach, mix 1/4 teaspoon of aluminum-free baking soda into 8 ounces of water. Add a squeeze of lemon if you prefer. It tastes better, and adds citrate to support your kidneys in balancing acidity. Drink it slowly. This is your foundation. It tells your blood vessels it's safe to relax, reducing internal restrictions that have quietly accumulated over years. Many men report subtle shifts within the first week: slightly warmer hands or feet, a feeling of lightness, or quicker responsiveness. Don't expect dramatic overnight changes. Circulation is about steady improvement, not instant gratification. During weeks 3 and 4, continue the morning drink, but now add the external support: the warm baking soda soak. Dissolve 2 tablespoons of baking soda in warm water and soak for 10 to 15 minutes, 2 to 3 times per week. Focus on areas where circulation tends to lag. This ritual supports tissue flexibility, reduces localized inflammation, and reinforces microvascular responsiveness. Men often notice a confidence boost during this phase, an inner sense that their body is waking up and cooperating again. If you're using nitric oxide supporting foods, supplements, or prescribed medications, timing is crucial. Take the internal buffer drink about 30 minutes before your supplements. Think of it like preparing the soil before planting seeds. Nitric oxide signaling works best when the internal environment is balanced, inflammation is minimized, and oxidative stress is reduced. The body responds more reliably, and the fullness and responsiveness you've been missing start to return naturally. Throughout the 30 days, track your progress not just physically, but mentally. Confidence often shifts before noticeable physical changes appear. The sense that your body is cooperating, your circulation is steady, and your energy is more predictable sets a positive feedback loop in motion. Less anxiety, better sleep, and improved posture all support circulation, reinforcing the progress you're making with these small daily steps. Remember, the plan isn't about chasing youth. It's about returning your body to its optimal function, given the natural changes of age. By the end of 30 days, most men report warmer extremities, improved responsiveness, steadier energy, and a subtle but significant boost in confidence. Those who continue with consistency often notice compounding benefits over the next few months. The most important takeaway is that vascular health is responsive. Age doesn't mean surrender. It means being strategic and consistent. In the next and final part, we'll wrap up everything you've learned into a simple, actionable strategy that combines morning, daytime, and evening routines into a single lifestyle approach. You'll also get guidance on realistic expectations, safety considerations, and how to continue improving beyond the first month. By the end, you'll have a clear, evidence-based roadmap to rebuild circulation, energy, and confidence step by step, day by day. Now, let's bring everything together into a simple, actionable routine that fits your real life. By now, you've learned the power of the morning internal reset, the supportive external soak, and the timing of supplements or nitric oxide promoting foods. When combined, these steps create a rhythm that keeps your circulation strong, your tissues flexible, and your energy consistent throughout the day. The key is layering small, evidence-based habits instead of chasing dramatic fixes. Start your day with the morning buffer. 1/4 teaspoon of aluminum-free baking soda in 8 ounces of water on an empty stomach, optionally with a squeeze of lemon. This step gently neutralizes excess acidity, relaxes your vessels, and sets the stage for better blood flow. Follow your usual breakfast or supplement routine 30 minutes later to maximize the impact of nitric oxide supporting foods or prescribed medications. Throughout the day, focus on movement, hydration, and antioxidant-rich foods to protect and maintain vascular health. Midday or a few times per week, use the external baking soda soak, 10 to 15 minutes in warm water, with 2 tablespoons of baking soda, reduces surface inflammation, improves tissue elasticity, and supports microcirculation. Many men notice warmth returning to their extremities, improved comfort, and a subtle boost in confidence even before dramatic physical changes appear. These small victories compound quickly, creating a positive cycle of energy, calmness, and responsiveness. Evening routines matter too. Adequate rest allows your cardiovascular system to recover, repair, and maintain nitric oxide signaling. Pairing the physiological support from the day with good sleep hygiene, consistent bedtime, minimal screens before bed, and relaxed breathing enhances the effects of your circulation-focused habits. The body doesn't just respond to immediate interventions, it thrives when you create predictable, supportive conditions day after day. Realistic expectations are critical. This approach isn't about turning back the clock to your 20 seconds overnight. Most men notice meaningful improvement between 2 and 4 weeks. Increased warmth, better responsiveness, steadier energy, and an overall sense of vitality. These gains build steadily and are sustained by consistency rather than extreme interventions. The morning drink is the most powerful lever, but each additional step soaks. Timing with supplements, lifestyle adjustments multiplies the results. Finally, let's talk about mindset. Circulation, energy, and confidence are deeply interconnected. Every positive habit you adopt signals your nervous system that your body is safe, capable, and responsive. This confidence shift is often the earliest and most noticeable change, even before physical improvements are obvious. You reclaim a sense of control, dignity, and reliability over your body. So here's your 30-day plan in one clear framework. Start each morning with your internal reset drink. Integrate the external soak a few times a week, starting week 3. Align nitric oxide supporting foods or supplements with the morning buffer. Stay hydrated and active, and finish your day with good sleep hygiene. Consistency is the secret. Follow this plan, and within a month, you'll feel lighter, stronger, more alert, and more confident. If this video helped you understand your body and circulation better, give it a like, share it with another man who needs this information, and subscribe to our channel for weekly strategies to restore vitality naturally. Remember, age doesn't dictate your strength, your choices do. Start today and reclaim your energy, responsiveness, and confidence, one small habit at a time.